Welcome, everyone. This is welcome. It's great to see everybody this evening, and I want to give some special shout outs to some folks in the audience. Senator Reggie Thomas is out there. Where are you? There you are. And Representative George Brown is with us, as well as Judge Melissa Moore Murphy and Judge Denotra Gunther. Thank you so much. I also want to welcome several council members. First, I want to welcome council members Shayla Lynch, Denise Gray, and Tana Fogel. And yes, as well as my Equity and Implementation Officer, Tiffany Brown. So we also have with us Councilmember at Large James Brown, Councilmember Hannah Legree, Councilmember Brenda Menares, Councilmember Liz Sheehan, Councilmember, and that's it. Have I missed anybody?
The best district, he
Where's
says, 10th and
Councilmember Dave Savigny is here. Welcome, everyone. So today we're celebrating National Crown Day. Crown stands for Creating a Respectful and Open World for Natural Hair. In May 2023, Lexington joined a number of states and cities across the country that have enacted the Crown Act. The Crown Act ensures protection against discrimination in workplaces based on hair texture and styles that protect African American hair. Passage of the Crown Act in Lexington continues to send an important message about Lexington's dedication to being an inclusive city, where all residents can thrive without fear of bias or prejudice. It's a signal that we know diversity enriches our culture. Now, before we hear from the women who have joined me today, I want to present them with a proclamation, and I'm going to read the proclamation, and then I have one for each of you afterward. Okay? All right. Here's how it goes. National Crown Day. Whereas the Crown Act, which stands for Creating a Respectful and Open World for Natural Hair, was signed into law in Lexington on May 11th, 2023, and whereas the Crown Act ensures protection against discrimination in workplaces based on hair texture and styles that protect African American hair, including braids, locks, twists, bantu knots, and protective styles. And whereas Councilmember Shayla Lynch, Councilmember Denise Gray, Councilmember Tana Fogel, and City Equity and Implementation Officer Tiffany Brown advocated for the passage of the Crown Ordinance, and whereas the Crown Act promotes acceptance and fosters a supportive movement that embraces and uplifts all. And whereas Lexington is dedicated to being an inclusive city where all residents can thrive without fear of bias or prejudice. Now, therefore, I, Linda Gorton, Mayor of Lexington, do hereby declare July 3rd, 2024, National Crown Day in Lexington. Thank you. Now, we're going to hear briefly from each of the folks who were involved. Briefly. A lot of these folks are going to the patriotic concert.
Yes, they are.
So let's start with Councilmember Shayla Lynch, who has said that this ordinance offers new protections. Councilmember Lynch, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mayor. Little girl with the press and curl. Age 8, I got a Jerry curl. 13, and I got a relaxer. I was a source of so much laughter. At 15, when it all broke off, 18, and I went all natural. February 2002, I went on and did what I had to do. Because it was time to change my life, to become the woman that I am inside. 97, Dreadlocks all gone, I looked in the mirror for the first time. What'd she do with her hair? I don't know. It looks crazy. I like it. I might do that. I wouldn't go that far. Good hair means curls and waves. Bad hair means you look like a slave. At the turn of the century, it's time for us to redefine who we be. You can shave it off like a South African beauty, or get in on lock like Bob Marley. You can rock it straight like Oprah Winfrey. If it's not what's on your head, it's what's underneath. Does the way I wear my hair make me a better person? Does the way I wear my hair make me a better friend? Does the way I wear my hair determine my integrity? I'm expressing my creativity. I am not my hair. I am not this skin. I am not your expectations. No. I am not my hair. I am not this skin. I am the soul that lives within. Happy Crown Day, everyone.
Yes.
I would like to thank the mayor and her team for all of their help with planning the celebration, the inaugural Crown Day here in Lexington. Thank you, Mayor Gordon, for your support and your solidarity regarding the purpose of this ordinance that we celebrate today. Your signature on this ordinance demonstrates in perpetuity that you value hair freedom, individual autonomy, and authenticity. Thank you to my City Council colleagues for their unanimous support last year when we proposed this ordinance that we celebrate here today. A special thank you to Councilwoman Denise Gray, Councilmember Tana Fogel, Tiffany Brown, Equity and Implementation Officer for the city, the Frankfort Lexington, Kentucky chapter of the Lynx, and our law department for being the most dynamic team that helped to usher in the ordinance for our city. Also, I thank Councilmember James Brown for being a phenomenal resource to me as I work to pass my first ordinance. Additionally, I would like to thank the best legislative aide a council person could ever have, LaShawn Barber, for all of her help coordinating this event, as well as other legislative aides who have pitched in to help today, Tori Cruz Falk, Leighton Garlington, and Sharon Murphy. At the top of my remarks, I quoted some of the lyrics from singer-songwriter India Ari, a song entitled, I Am Not My Hair. I love the message of this song because it emphasizes that we are more than our hairstyles, and we have the creativity and freedom to express ourselves through our hair if we so choose. I myself have worn wigs, weaves, braids, cornrows, relaxed hair, headscarves, and an afro. My hair has been purple, red, black, auburn, blonde, brown. My hair is my favorite accessory, and no matter how it is styled, I am still authentically Shayla, and my hair does not dictate or change all of the many blessings that I bring to the table. Passing this ordinance was important to me because I faced hair discrimination at a pivotal point in my life and career, and I was told that I was unemployable because I wore an afro. I felt shame and embarrassment for the first time in my life because of my hair. I don't want anyone to experience what I experienced that day. I want all of Lexington to have their hair freedom and not feel that they have to lessen themselves in order to go to work each day. In Lexington, you are protected. Yes. We see you, we love you, so we want you to live free. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Councilmember Lynch. And next up, I'd like to ask Councilmember Denise Gray if she would come to the podium and share a few thoughts.
Talk for an hour. Where are you? I'm right here. I heard talk for an hour.
I'll cut you off.
You'll cut me off.
Plus they'll leave.
You all will leave if I start preaching for an hour.
They'll leave.
Yeah, don't leave on me, y'all. First of all, thank you to the many legislative aides that are here. You all are the backbone for us council members. We cannot do the job that we do for our city without you. And I want you to know that we are grateful for you, for all that you do. And thank you to my colleagues who were named, all of you all in the back, and their spouses. I see several spouses here. Thank you for standing with us and voting unanimously in favor of protecting people who look like me. It goes without, I got emotional, Mayor, because I wasn't not expecting this. because everything we do for the residents of Lexington, we think sometimes that it's not seen. We're ridiculed many times for things that we didn't do, but thank you for seeing us. Onto my speech that I've prepared. Last year, my colleagues and I passed the historic ordinance to ensure that race-based hair discrimination was no longer allowed in the city of Lexington. Although race-based hair discrimination has been prevalent, I faced it. My colleagues, council members Lynch and Fogel, have faced it. Many residents of Lexington have silently dealt with race-based discrimination, and sadly, the next generation of leaders in Lexington have dealt with it as well. However, it was not until we had a diverse city council that this law was passed. Diverse representation matters. The acts of this council, are proof positive of this fact, that diverse representation matters. My hope is that our next generation of leaders embrace who God has made them. I want people to know that our black is beautiful. I want people to know that my hair, as it is, kinky, locked, cornrowed, worn in Bantu knots, or whatever style I choose to wear, is beautiful. I want all to know that God does not make any mistakes, and the hair that grows from your head, my hair, her head, his hair, is just as it's supposed to be. And the law that we passed here in Lexington will ensure that we can proudly be who we are, no matter where we are. No longer can we be discriminated against when we're seeking employment because of how we wear our hair. No longer when we go to school, when our children go to school, can educators cut their hair. That has happened. That happened last year in Fayette County Public Schools. No longer will this be allowed. And I'm thankful for the Human Rights Commission for stepping up and being willing to be the face of the people in this matter, because we cannot do this alone. So thank you for all that supported us in this endeavor. Tiffany Brown, thank you for stepping up and working with this diverse group of women who are fabulous in every single kind of way, who come from different ways of life. And thank you to the residents of Lexington who are applauding us in the work that we do. We do this for you. We do this for you, child, young people. We do this for you. And thank you.
Thank you so much, Denise. Now, Councilmember Tana Fogel said at one point that the Crown Act will help our young people. And so I want to ask Councilmember Fogel to come to the podium for a few remarks.
Thank you, Mayor.
Yeah,
Thank you.
welcome.
Thank you. What an honor it is to be here. I give all honor to God, who's truly the head of my life. I just have some brief remarks. Their former Representative Attica Scott brought the Crown Act to the state of Kentucky. It was voted down, and for her tireless efforts trying to get the Crown Act passed, I would just like to give her some recognition. Thank you, council members. Thank you, Tiffany. Thank you, everyone that has been thanked previously. But what I would like to say is I really got involved when a young lady by the name of Tanya Whitfield, who is biracial, has 2 daughters that attended William Wells Brown. Their hair was kinky and natural, and people didn't understand. They were made fun of, ostracized, and bullied. They're now at Rise Academy, and so I have worked really hard with this family to let them know that they are beautiful. These young girls are beautiful, and their hair does not matter, and no one can touch it without permission. And so I would like to give a big shout out to Day Day. I hope you're watching, because You keep me fabulous on council. You may see me come in with whatever color, whatever season it is. Of course, it's red, white, and blue because tomorrow we celebrate the 4th of July. And so she is the one that keeps my hair looking fabulous on council. I didn't know how people were going to take it, and really, I walked in with the Crown Act t-shirt on, rocking the Crown Act. When the mayor talked about young people, we had the young prodigies out of Louisville, Kentucky that came and swung their locks and performed at council. I was so proud of them. So this is an honorary moment. Thank you, Senator. Thank you, Representative. I think Representative George Brown is here. Thank you, Senator Thomas. And all the way from my man, Tim Johnson, with the United Way, who wears his hair all the way down his back, all the way to Kristen Adair, who has the curls still in his, we used to wear the curly kid, but he's still rocking that. And then all the way to Councilman Brown. He's just Councilman Brown, and with his swag. And so I'd like to also thank Sharon and the rest of the aides, and thank you all for coming out, because we didn't do this alone. And council members, I see you back there. Without your unanimous vote that showed that you all stood with us, and it didn't matter the color of our skin, but you said something, there's an injustice here and we're gonna make it right. So get down, Lexington. Let's get down, let's celebrate, stay safe, and rock your hair. How was that?
Thank you very much, Tana. Now, I also want to thank Equity and Implementation Officer Tiffany Brown, who has talked about the fact that this celebration is about more than hair, and I'd like to invite Tiffany to the podium.
Woohoo! Well, thank you, Mayor Gorton, and to council members Gray, Fogel, and Lynch for their support. I remember in January of 2023, when I met with each of our council members, I said this is something that we should do. It was low-hanging fruit for us. It was a no-brainer for us to make sure that everyone in Lexington feels included. This is not just about race. This is not just about gender. This is about the freedom of expression and making sure that everyone in our city feels valued, seen, and included. And so I am just elated that today we celebrate our inaugural Crown Day. And so next year, we want to do it bigger and better. Very thankful for everyone in our community that has played a part in some way, from the crown installation that happened at Julietta Market that began to kind of spark some of these conversations as well. To Councilmember Brown for all of his support, to Rep. Brown, who's always pushed for the Crown Act in the legislature. So it's been a long time coming, but we intend to continue to celebrate. Again, this is about the freedom of expression. I may not have personally experienced race-based hair discrimination, but I remember interviewing for this job and had recently gone through chemo. I had lost all of my hair, but I didn't want to show up in public without hair. So my choice was to wear a wig or wear a weave. And there are days I come into this office and they're like, well, we don't know what your hair is going to look like today. But I am glad that I have community where I work, where I'm free to express myself through my hair, whether that's protective styles using weaves or wigs or braids or locks or whatever I choose to do, or wear my natural hair, whatever I choose to do. I know that I'm welcome when I come into this building. I feel included and I belong here. So thank you, Mayor Gorton. Thank you, council members, and thank you to everyone in our community for all the work that you do to show up authentically every day.
So just to kind of wrap up, and then I'll present the proclamations to the four women up here, and then we'll get a picture with them and the council members. Over the next few days, we will be focused on celebrating our freedom. Freedom is at the heart of the Crown Act, and it offers freedoms that we celebrate. So I thank all of you for coming. I will point out there are refreshments, and I'd like to present these proclamations. And then we'll get a picture in front of the podium. Okay. Yeah, thank you. All right.
Man comes with a hug.
Come on, council members, where are you? Come join us.